Hey all, I'm Prakash, studying mechanical engineering in Department of Production Technology. Today, I'm going to teach you about the surface grinding machines used in the industries. So, let's get into the video. These are the topics we are going to see in this video. First, we'll be seeing what is grinding. Then, we'll see what is the principle of grinding. Then, we'll see what is grinding process. Then we're going to see about the mechanism of grinding process. Then we'll go to the specification of grinding wheel, where I'll be saying the different specifications of the grinding wheel, which is the cutting tool of the grinding machine. Then we'll be seeing about the surface grinding machines and its type. What is grinding? And we can see that grinding is a type of abrasive machining process in which a grinding wheel is used as a cutting tool. Since there is a removal of metal from the surface of the material, it is called as true metal cutting process. Since there is a removal of material from the metal, it provides a good surface finish, so it is used as a finishing process. Now let's see about the principle of grinding. In this we can see that this is the workpiece and this is a rotating wheel. Since the workpiece is fit against a rotating wheel, due to the action of rubbing and friction in this area, we can see some of the material is removed from the workpiece, and this is called as the principle of grinding. Okay, let's see about the grinding process. And we can see that grinding is a process of removal of metal by application of abrasive which has browned to form a rotating wheel. When these we can see this small abrasives, when this moving abrasive particles contact this workpiece, they act like a tiny cutting tools, each particle cutting a tiny chip from the workpiece. So it is a common error to believe that grinding abrasives wheels remove material by rubbing action. Actually, this process is much of a cutting action as drilling, milling. So now let's see about the mechanism of chip formation in grinding process. So the mechanism of chip formation in grinding process is described, which involves in high speed interaction of abrasive grain and the metal, which leads to concentration of thermal energy in front of desiring element, that is the grain, causing a locally concentrated shift in metal microvolume. In abrasive grain metal contact, a dissipative structure is formed which existence is supported by exchange of energy and substance with the environment. Now let's come to the specification of grinding wheel. There are various important things taken in consideration of for a grinding wheel. This includes five important specifications, that is A for abrasives, G for grain size, and another G for grade, and the S for structure, and B for bond. The abrasive is like the type of material used as abrasive grain depends on the hardness of the material that it grinds. Some of the examples of abrasives are aluminum oxide, silicon carbide, ceramic, diamond, boron nitrate, etc. This grinding wheel prepared by using diamond and boron nitrate, cubic boron nitrate, referred to as super abrasives. Those constructed with aluminum oxide, silicon carbide, ceramic are referred to as conventional type of abrasives. Now let's go to the grain size. The type of grain size determines the average physical size of the abrasive grain. The larger the grain size, it is faster it will cut and create a poor finish. In ultra fine grain size, they result in forming finished product. Now let's come to the structure. I mean not structure, the grade. Wheel grade. This determines the tightness of the bonds holding the abrasives. The wheel grade affects all the consideration of grinding. This includes wheel speed, coolant flow, feed rates, grinding depth, etc. Now let's come to the structure or grain spacing. This includes the spacing of the structure. It determines the ratio of the bond and the abrasive to the airspace. A less dense wheel will cut, a large cut will create an effective on the surface. So let's come to the final one, the bond, wheel bond. This determines how the wheel holds the abrasive. It also affects consideration like finishing, coolant, least, and greatest wheel speed. Now let's see about the surface grinding machine. So surface grinding machine is a type of grinding machine which are used to produce flat surfaces. The surface grinding machine is mainly operated by periphery of grinding wheel or by flat face of the grinding wheel. These grinding wheels rotate and grind the workpiece or a job to achieve the flatness as per requirement. Some of the uses of surface grinding machine is that grinding flat surfaces, grinding vertical surfaces, grinding slots, grinding angular surfaces, grinding radius, and cutting off. And we can see there are several parts in this grinding machine, and let me explain some of the parts. Now let's come to the base. Base, it is the important part of the surface grinding machine, which is used to support the entire body of the machine. Now let's come to the vertical column. Vertical column is the part of surface grinding machine where the wheel head is mounted. It is also a driving mechanism through which columns can be raised or lowered. Now let's come to saddle. We could see that the saddle, it is the frame that keeps the table raised, and it is used to provide cross feed to the workpiece. The saddle can be moved by cross feed hand wheel. Now let's come to the table. This we can see that this table is fitted on the saddle, which has T slots for clamping purpose. A table can be moved by hand traversing by the wheel. Now let's come to the wheel head. And the wheel head is mounted on the column that can be raised or lowered by rotating the hand wheel to allow workpiece of different heights, and the wheel can be set for the depth of cuts. Now finally we come to the grind wheel, and it is the most important part of surface grinding machine which performs different operations. Most often the grind wheels are used as straight, double raised, and thin rubber slotting wheels. And the grinding wheel size can be increased according to the capacity of the machine. And we'll see the coolant where it is used to reduce the heat. And now we are going to see about the different types of surface grinding machines, and these are the different types of surface grinding machines. Firstly, we are going to see about the horizontal spindle and reciprocating table. Now we'll see about vertical spindle and reciprocating table. Then we'll see about horizontal spindle and rotatory table. Then vertical spindle and rotatory table. First, we'll see about horizontal spindle and reciprocating table. As the figure illustrates that it consists of a rectangular shaped work table that performs horizontal reciprocating, and in this type of surface grinding machine, the peripheral surface of the grinding wheel is used to grind the workpiece and produce flat surfaces. the horizontal spindle reciprocating table. Now we'll come to vertical spindle and reciprocating table. In this type of surface grinding machine, the width of the work table is lesser than the diameter of the grinding wheel. In this surface grinding machine, a simple workpiece or a job is used to produce flat surfaces. The workpiece over its full width using an end face of the wheel as shown in the figure. Now let's come to horizontal spindle and rotatory table. In the principle of the operation is same that of facing of lathe. These type of surface grinding machine are used to grind round or thin work pieces and also can be used to tilt the work table to grind angular work pieces or a job. So basically it's used to create a concave, convex or tapered surfaces. Finally, let's come to the last type of surface grinding machine. It is vertical spindle and rotary table. And as we could see in this figure, the machine is more suitable for small workpieces in large quantity. In this type of surface grinding machine, the workpiece continuously rotates on the rotating work table, thus the production efficiency of the machine is very high. And and it is mostly used in large scale production. So finally we come to an end, and thank you for watching the video.